So good evening, my time to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining from. This is the Data Community Africa webinar, where we host topics to actually help data analytics professionals, newbie enthusiasts, build skills and especially soft skills in data and anything that will just help them, make them job ready for in their chosen career. So today we have an amazing speaker. By the way, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tina Okonkwo, and I'm the community lead for Data Community Africa DATACAMP learners. And today I'm very, very excited to be hosting this session because we are hosting no other person than the co-founder of this amazing community. So we're hosting the co-founder, is also ex-Microsoft. So you already know that he's very, very knowledgeable in this particular topic. He has a lot of experience when it comes to LinkedIn and CV optimization. Imagine somebody that was able to land a job at Microsoft. So you obviously know that he's coming with a lot of juice. So I want everybody to please, one last reminder to remind your colleagues to join the session. So we have a lot of persons on the call and nobody is missing out. I'm going to be bringing my speaker on shortly. So if you're just joining the call, today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn and CV optimizations, optimization for data professionals. So if you're looking to land that first row in data, or probably but you want to get, you want to be able to optimize your LinkedIn so that recruiters can reach out to you, this is the place to be, and this is where you will get all that information. Meanwhile, you can just drop your name and where you're joining in the chat box. So we're going to make this very organized. Because of our speaker, I want everybody to mute their mic so there's no distraction at any point in time. And please also make sure that your video is turned off so it doesn't get distracted as well. We want the session to be very organized. If you have a question why the session is going on, you can leave that in the chat box and we'll take that when it's time for the Q&A, or you quietly raise up your hand and we'll take those questions. But please, let's be very, very organized. So I'm going to bring in my speaker now, and I'll let him do a brief introduction before he takes us through what he has today. I'm also with my book and pen, so please, everybody get your biro and your pen so that you're going to be taking notes as well. Toby, if you're on the call, please kindly help me drop a reminder in the group so that everybody knows that the session has started. All right, David, thank you for making our time to join us today. Please, if you could just share a brief introduction about yourself, and then before you go into what you have for us today. Thank you. So the floor is yours.
Okay.
Sorry, I think it's on now.
Yeah, it's on. So thank you very much. So hi everyone. I think we have a very good house. We have over 45 people right now. We are on 48 here. So hi everyone. My name is David Abu. I'm the co-founder of Data First Africa. And I'll be explaining so many things. But also is that we will be making sure that we understand that getting a job has different aspects. It's not one directional. It's not if you do A, B, C, you are going to get D. It's different aspects. And everything actually started from when we went to school or to the university. You get it from first class, you get it with 2-1, second class upper, or you get it with a third class. All those things also have little bit of effect. Some have big effect on our lives. Some have minimal effect. So always know that those ones are also things that can play a role in what we're doing. It can play a role in what we're doing. But you know what? Let us jump into my PowerPoint slide. Let's jump into that. Okay. So currently, I'm speaking with you from Canada, and so it is kind of early morning, early afternoon my time. So this is 12:09. So let us walk through why people get job easily and why people don't get job easily. Now, remember I said it from the beginning that people get job because of so many factors. So we have the university factors, we have the type of friends that we have, the type of community that we join. Those are the different things. But in the data space and AI space, why is it that some people get job, some people don't get job? What is the really big thing? So let me give you, for example, there was somebody on one of the communities that I work with, and the person, I don't know if it's a he or she, but it's just a WhatsApp chat, and the person was like, oh, I've been learning this skill set. The skill set is kind of Power Platform. I've been learning Microsoft Power Platform. I've not gotten a job. I've not do this. I've not done that. Okay. When I saw the chat, I was like, oh, this is going to be a very long conversation. You know what? Let me rest. So I came back to it and I was like, I said, paste your LinkedIn profile in the chat. And when he gave me the LinkedIn profile, it was bad, like very, very bad. So at the end of the day, if somebody does not know you, the first thing that they think of is to check your LinkedIn profile. So now we're going to do something. And I want us to do it together. So this is Google. This is Google. And just see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do David Abu. That's what I'm going to type. Simple. David Abu. That's what I did. Now notice the first thing that came out was my LinkedIn profile. It was my LinkedIn profile. That is the first thing that came out. After that, my Twitter profile came out. Now, it means that if somebody wants to check your name, the first thing they want to think of is, let me Google this person. So now, I have so many people on this call. So I have somebody called Aretola Victor. So let me do. Now, Aretola Victor, I'm seeing Facebook. I'm seeing, okay, Victor Areola. So no, this is not the person. So now I can't see. Okay, so Aretola Victor. Okay, I am seeing the Facebook. So now I don't know if this is the person on this call that is in the Facebook. I don't know. So are you seeing where the thing is now? It means that is either your profile is not optimized or something is wrong somewhere. Let me take another person. So now let me take another person. So now I have Indokwe Esther. So let's start with that. Now, so this is LinkedIn, Port Harcourt. The person says Port Harcourt, but Indokwe Esther here says it's Abia State. So I don't know if this is the same person. Now you start seeing where the conversation is coming from now. It means that there is something either wrong with the profile or there's something that we're not doing right. So that is where I want us to start thinking. Now, if somebody like me, oh, it is me, I traveled. Oh, okay, good. So now she said, okay, it is me, I traveled. So let me go to her profile. Now, for me, I am teaching you practical. I'm not even giving you little gist or no. I'm teaching you practical. Now, let's look at this. I love this. Esther Indukwe posted a picture, profile, everything clean. So I'm going to be using her, and I'm going to be using other things to work on the training that I'm training you today. So let's go on. Now, one thing about career is that you need to know that you have to take it serious. Take it serious, like take it serious. Because everybody is getting sacked day in and day out. Like, thank God that you know what happened at Microsoft Nigeria. All engineering team at once gone. Now, that is Google is doing theirs, AWS, Amazon, everybody. Companies are laying off people, but do you know the funny thing? Companies are still employing people. Companies are still employing people. So now, let us go to the things I have on my slides. So this is me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Let me leave that. So now, what is really the importance of LinkedIn for we in the data space? First things first is networking. You need to understand that there are two people that you need to have in your network as somebody in the data space. One, recruiters. Two, your peers. One, recruiters. Two, your peers. Why? Is because when people start on LinkedIn, they want to have their friends. So who are the data analysts? So you connect with them, that is fine. But a recruiter needs to be there with you. So most of the time, you don't look for recruiters. Why? HR people supposed to be your friends on LinkedIn, not only data and AI professionals. These two people, these two set of communities supposed to be your friends. For anybody, no matter who you are, HR or recruiters supposed to be your friends on LinkedIn. Is so important. The head of data, head of AI, those leaders supposed to also be your friends. So now there are 3 levels of people that you need to look at for. And I used to explain this a lot. You're looking at your upline, your middle line, and your downline. Your upline are leaders. Your middle line are your peers that who are just like 1 year or 2 years above you, or the same level when it comes to maybe mid-level or something like that. Yes. Your downline are the people who are learning from you. So your question you want to ask is that, oh, do I have people learning from me? So I'm just starting. No. A lot of people are also learning from you. If you don't share your skill set, some people will not learn from you. So you need to understand that everybody is also learning from you. Some people are learning from you. I also learn even from my downline. So you need to know that it's a full game. Your upline, your middle line, and your downline. You need to understand that. Another thing is why the importance of LinkedIn is personal branding. Now, personal branding is not what we call what people do, like, oh, I did A, I did B, just to upgrade themselves. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying that the journey at which you become who you are is what we call the personal branding. So if I say, who is David Abu, you should be able to go to my LinkedIn and say that, oh, this is David Abu. That is personal branding. Now, it has nothing to do with the lies. You know, LinkedIn, they'll say, oh, but when you open LinkedIn, you see so many people. Oh, I am excited to tell you that I have joined. Oh, I am excited to do. No. Yes, you can do the good news, but there are some experiences that you have day to day that people want to learn from. And that is the real truth. Let me give you for example. I co-own or co-host a community called the Fabric Saturday Lagos, and last month we had a test or an exam where we got virtuals from Microsoft, and a lot of people did the exam. We had over 20 something people who passed the exam. So we collated the names of people who passed the exam, their LinkedIn and their Twitter handles. We collated everything within the WhatsApp group, and I posted it on LinkedIn. It went viral, and also is that somebody reached out. Somebody from Microsoft reached out. Somebody from a Microsoft partner in UK reached out for them to have more partnership with the community in Lagos. That is it. It's just around you sharing the journey, the things that you do. And always remember that what I shared was about community. I am not a community manager. My job is not community management. My job is a senior data analyst. But the things I do in and outside of work is the things I love to share. So don't always think that, oh, if I don't share data and AI, then I cannot share it on LinkedIn. The only thing I don't advise people to share is their birthday, their marriage certificate. Oh, I am getting wedding. No, I mean, I'm getting married. No, don't share those ones. I really don't subscribe to that. But share things that is related to what you do in and outside of your work, around work, and also job opportunities. And that is important. Now, when we talk about LinkedIn profile optimization, what do we say? The first thing is professional photos. This is so important. People say, oh, it doesn't mean if you are good, you are good. Yes, if you're good, you're good. But again, is that appearance matters and it's everywhere. Appearance matters a whole lot. You need to know that appearance matters a whole lot. So you want as much as possible when somebody see your face on LinkedIn, they know that this person is a serious person. It's so important like that. Headline. Now your headline is so important. So everything I'm teaching you, we are still going to go to LinkedIn and see it in full, but you need to get that your headline is important. Now headline can change every 3 months, every 4 months, every 5 months. Don't worry about that, but you need to know that at a particular period of time, the keyword that you're using is so important for them, for people to search you. So important. You need to know. There was a time I just joined Microsoft and somebody wanted to learn Power BI. The person was in Microsoft, so the person even didn't know me and wanted to learn Power BI. And she said that she posted it on LinkedIn, like Power BI trainers and stuff like that. And that was how he saw my profile. And he noticed that, oh, I work at Microsoft. And that was how we became friends up to today. So sometimes you need to make sure that those keywords are very, very good. Those keywords are very, very good. Now, also summary. Now, summary, in your LinkedIn summary, when you look at your LinkedIn summary, Mike, you are going to get that, but you have to be in here. When you get your LinkedIn summary, you have to make sure that everything about you is there. And now we even have ChatGPT, Copilot that can help you summarize it in a very better way. But also is that you need to know what you really want to convey. So that when people read your career summary, they can say that, oh, okay, I know where this person is heading to when it comes to career-wise and stuff like that. And your experience, obviously, where you've worked. And again, is that in your experience, the focus should be your achievement. And that is where it becomes harder for a lot of people. Let me give you, for example, your job is a data analyst, which means that you will obviously use Excel to do ABC. You will obviously use Python to do ABC. You will obviously use Power BI to do ABC. But the question is that, what did you achieve in that work that you're doing? That is where it becomes a big problem. Because you know why? You could not quantify it. And immediately you could not quantify it, it becomes a big problem. So your career right now, start thinking, what have I achieved in the past 1 month, 1 year, 6 months that I need to quantify? You need to be able to quantify. I'm going to show you my own personal CV. And if you have not started working, so I'm going to answer that too. So you need to be able to quantify that. Now, skills and endorsements. Yeah, what are the relevant skills that you have and the endorsements that you have gotten? Ask for recommendation from your friends. From your friends, always ask your recommendation, especially people you have worked with. If you come to me right now and ask for a recommendation, I will just be laughing at you, like, because I don't know you, I've not worked with you before. You can't just tell me because you're part of the data ecosystem, I should just write you a recommendation. It doesn't work that way. Somebody who have worked with you, I can vouch for you. Somebody somewhere, even your pastor should be able to vouch for you. Yeah, so something like that. So what are the key things that you need, key sections on LinkedIn that you need to look at? Your contact information. There should be email in your contact information. Email, there should be, is a must. It's not a must for phone number, but at least there should be email in your this thing. Custom URL. So this is one big problem. Have you checked your LinkedIn profile before and you want to share your LinkedIn profile to somebody, and at the end of your LinkedIn profile, the link, you are seeing 1, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 5, 7, 8. Yeah, that is just how it is normally. You need to know how to optimize it for it to be like, let's say, only David Abu, not David Abu 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That is bad. That is bad. So featured section also showing your work and your achievement. Now, one thing is this: either you are not working or you're working. There are some parts that when you do that, it helps you for all other parts. Your featured best work and achievement, because you are not working, definitely you are doing a lot of projects. You are sharing the things that you are doing. You have to put them on your future section. It's so important. That way, they'll know that, oh, this person does not have experience, but this person is doing A, B, C, and D. Activity, engage with post. This is one big issue. Now, the way LinkedIn works is this. If you don't engage in posts, people don't know you. People know you because of engagement, not because you post. Yes. Now, you posting is good and is even better, but engaging in different people's posts increases the rate at which people find you. It's so important. Engagement is so important because you come in conversation and it's so easy. Let me give you a story. There was a post in 2018. Was it 2018 or 2017? I can't remember. There was a post like that about around finance data, finance data and community and stuff like that. And then I was just done with school, NYSC and stuff, and I was just commenting on this person's post. And that was how this person came into the inbox. I said, hey, David, are you available tomorrow in VI? There's an event. Don't worry, I will pay for you for that event. Just come. Let us have a chat. Yeah, I remember it was early 2018. I just got I got admitted into the University of Lagos for a master's program. So then I was really broke that I don't have money to pay for my school fees. Yeah, so yeah, and I was looking for a job or I go for master's program. So I can remember now. Now the next day I went to VI. They paid the event was 70,000 naira. I can remember 2018, early 2018. I think January, February 2018. Now I went there, I met him. His screen goes off sometimes. I'm not sure. Does my screen goes off sometimes? It's very clear. Yeah? Anybody want to?
Not at all. It's clear. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Tomisi. So maybe you can check your network. So now is that when I spoke to him, he was like, you know what, David? Don't go for your master's. Get a job. And I was like, I don't have a job. I'm looking for the job too. That is why I am talking online and stuff. You're like, don't worry, you get a job. Now, this person contacted his university friend on the island and said, hey, I have a very good talent for you. And that was how I became kind of a brand strategist for that person. It was a one-man business, but I became a brand strategy for them. And that is where I started my career generally after school. That's why I really started my career as a brand strategist, because I was commenting. I was not even making posts. I was commenting with posts and even joining different conversations on LinkedIn. Now, the person is one of my best friends or best bosses that I have in my life. Funny how this person gave me his very big Jeep on my wedding day for me to use for my wedding. So do you understand how from 2017 or 2018 till now? So that is how you build that community. That is how you build it. Now, for resume optimization is this. You want to be able to tailor your resume. So there are different jobs and there are different things that people ask you for you to do. A job has what they're expecting. So your resume must follow the job application. And we're going to look at it together because I know that there's not much time. So I'm going to now go into, let me just list them. Now, the keywords are so important, your summary and stuff like that. Now, because it remains 30 minutes, and I know that you guys will have a lot of questions. This is a very big house, already getting close to 100 people. So I know that there will be a lot of questions. So you know what? Let us head to LinkedIn and let's start working on LinkedIn. So let's just start working on LinkedIn. So let's head there. Now, this is LinkedIn for me. And this is my profile. So you can see me. Now you can see my picture. I think this is Data First. Yeah, this is Data First Africa, where you have a lot of people. So if you have not got your ticket for Data First Africa, please get it. That is another place that you need to network. Your LinkedIn is there, your resume, and also physical interaction. So it's there. Many people got jobs at Data First Africa. So you will not be excluded if you are at Data First Africa. So now this is it. Now, if you look at it also, is that my picture is there, and you can see my profile picture also. Corporate. I will change that picture soon because really, I look way younger here, but now I'm more older. So my wife is telling me I should change my picture, so I'll change it. But now look at the first thing. Look at the punchline, the keywords. Now, as much as possible, sometimes there are conversations that says that, you know what, I have just only 3 or 4. Yes, but you need to understand also is that you need to find a way to make sure people can see you easily. So for me, I'm a senior data analyst, so it's fine. That's the first thing. And now, because me too, I am job hunting right now. So don't worry, I'm job hunting too. So like you and me, we are both job hunting right now. So don't worry about that. So this is a senior data analyst, simple as that. A fabric analytic engineer. So this is it right now, fabric analytic engineer. If you cannot see my screen, that is weird. You know what? Let me share it all over again. Let me share my screen all over again. But it's weird, but you should be able to see my screen. But let me just share it all over again. Good. So, yeah, I have done that. You should be able to see my screen right now. I've done it again. Now you can have that. So you can see this senior data analyst. Good. Okay, Juliet, good. Senior data analyst, fabric analytic engineer, program manager. So now I really don't need this program manager, so I can still remove it. But X Microsoft is so important. You know why? Because you should know that you are part of a brand, and a brand also helps you. So like for somebody who has worked at Microsoft, it's not easy for you to say, oh, because you've left Microsoft, you don't want to show that you are ex-Microsoft. Ex-Microsoft sometimes helps you a lot. So if you say ex-Microsoft, and see, it is the world that we are in. Imagine you tell somebody that you are ex-Microsoft. They look at you separately from normal if you are just saying you're looking for a job. So yes, so you need to be able to get in touch with any profile or any brand that will help your own brand get better or get more visibility. So if you think that there's a brand, like somebody who has worked at Flutterwave before, there is no way the person will leave Flutterwave and says that, oh, I don't want to be associated with Flutterwave anymore. It's a lie. Check everybody who has left Flutterwave. You see ex Flutterwave there. It's so important. You know why? Branding. So if you work at a good company, it's just easy for them to also put it and say, you know what, I'm ex-Google, I'm ex-Amazon, I'm ex-Microsoft. It's just good for you. So always join brands that helps you also improve on your own brand too, and something like that. So now, look at it now. I wrote there, I am open to work. Now, there's a place that you can do this, but I need to look for that place. There's a place that you can do this. So you notice that when we looked at Esther said that I am open to work here. But I did not do it here because I just felt like, no, I don't want to put it on my own screen. So I just said, no, I'm not putting open to work. I just put it here. You know why? Because if I did like that, recruiters also can see it that I am open to work, even without me putting it on my picture. Now, can you put it on your picture? Yes. See, all of us are in different phases of life. So always know that for me, I am in the senior position. So you need to know that. For some other people, they are very beginner, so it's fine. So know that. Don't do like me because you say, David did not put it, so me, I will not put it. If Vonga catch you, don't say it is David that caused it. It's not me. So yeah. So now that is one. Now also let's go to my profile. Now, if you look at my profile now, you can see this. So look at it. So I'm going to take it up so that we can see it. Look at it very well. My first paragraph talked about what I am, my experience. That is first paragraph. My second paragraph talked about my skill set. That is it. Second paragraph. My third paragraph talked about my non-technical skill set. My first paragraph talked about everything about me when it comes to my experience. Now, my fourth paragraph talked about the things I do outside of work. Outside of work. That is what I do outside of work. Then, if you look at it now, my last paragraph just talked about things that I got, an award that I got at Microsoft. It is so important that I was intentional about the things I post. So when you look at it, you will notice that, oh, okay, this guy has this number of years in the first paragraph, second paragraph, these are his skill sets, third paragraph, non-technical skill set, fourth paragraph, the things he does outside of work, and fifth paragraph, an award. Pam, finish. Now, always know that my summary grew over the years. It didn't just get to this point. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't have things to say. But one thing is that you also have an experience that you're currently doing. So you have to brand it in a way that shows your strong skill set. You have to show it. Now, also, this is the featured thing that I told you about, the featured session that I told you about. Now, if you can look at this now, every featured post that you think that has a very high value for people to see, you need to post them, you need to put them here. That way, it shows that, okay, if people want to say, okay, who is this person? Oh, this featured news. This is one of my biggest posts ever. This post around Power BI and PowerPoint. He had over millions of engagement. I had over 249 comments, 249 comments, 111 reposts. So it was a lot. It was a lot. Over 1,005 likes. So that is it. So you just have to, and see, funny enough, see it. I did not write anything. I just wrote, I tried Power BI with PowerPoint. Cool way of reporting. What do you think? Simple. And it went viral. So it's not so that there is a magic of post that you need to post. No, there's no really magic. It's just you just typing something. And everybody knows that for things to go viral, either Twitter or LinkedIn, sometimes you don't even know, it just goes viral. That's just how it works. Just go viral and people just start. So you just have to write. If you don't write, you don't even know if it goes viral. So that's something that you have to look out for. Now, let's go to the next one. Let me go to, okay. Good. So now my experience. So now for the experience, if you look at it now, is that I have not really updated it a lot, especially the works I did at Microsoft. I have not updated it. But if you look at the works I did even at D. Brown Consulting, you will notice something that you can see a business intelligence analyst creating instructional designs, training professional in Microsoft technology for data analysis, creating reports, analytics, videos on LMS and stuff like that. So you know that, okay, this person does training and does consulting, something like that. Now, if you look at also for my advocacy at Microsoft, you see that my mission is to help communities succeed in building great end-to-end solutions using Power BI and Fabric. So I develop written content, videos, samples, speaker conferences, and advocate for developers with Microsoft Engineering Group. As simple as that. Now, I can list the things I have done. You can go ahead, list them, and that is also fine. But just make sure that whatever you're doing, you have to add a little bit of metric to them. Now, we remember the story I was talking about when I was saying a brand strategist. So see it here. This was the company I worked for. So that was it, April 2018. Have you seen it? To December 2018. That was the company I worked for. So, and that was where I really started my career. And this is where I fell in love with Excel. And that was how, seeing what I did, I always create schedules and quotation. And I always use Excel for them. And that is where I fell in love with Excel. And I went into data analytics as a whole. So you need to be able to talk about the things that you do at a particular period of time. You just need to. The school, University of Benin, certifications always put in. So see, I have over 36 licensing and certification. Or just add it there. Nobody will kill you. Add it there. Nobody will kill you. Add it there. Yeah, University of Benin. Now we there, Jai. So now, volunteering experience also. Now, if you want to get better in career, your volunteering experience must be top notch, like top notch. See my volunteering experience, co-founder at Data Community Africa, volunteering experience. Now, can I add this even in my corporate one, in my main experience? Yes, I can. Really, if I want to, I can. But sometimes it's that because I have not gotten a new job right now, LinkedIn will make this one to be the top of it. So you now have co-founder, which means that every job that is coming in might be having co-founder and stuff, and that's not what I want. So I want the most important one that will give me my next job to be there. And that's why I shifted this one back to volunteering. But when I get a job next, I can put this one back, but it's going to be at the second place, second position, because my main one will now be the new job that I have. I hope you guys understand. So that way, I don't want it to tamper with the type of content and the type of things that comes into my profile. So we have program manager, trainer, Power Platform, user group, Edo, student mentor, career brainstorming session. I always see for you people that used to think you cannot volunteer. See me here. See me. I volunteer. On stream and coordinating. Yes, I volunteer. See, registration of I volunteered. Funny how Tech Point, I volunteered 4 times for them. 4 times. I always volunteer for Tech Point. So for you to say, oh, David Abu is a very big person, he's a co-founder of one of the biggest community. Before I did that, I've also bought into the vision of other people too. I have also bought into the vision of other people, and that is it here. You can see it here. That is it here. I've also done that. I've also helped other people. I've carried people. So people don't just appear out of the blue moon. They just don't appear. They have also been in the same journey like you have done now or you're doing now. And even while I was in school, I do things while I was in school. The seminar, the final year seminar in my university, I was the one that created, I was the one that did it. I invited sponsors, I invited so many people. So if you think that, how did David always pull off Data First Africa, even with his full team? Don't worry, I've been doing it for a long while. So don't worry about that. So now is that even for my secondary school, see my secondary school here. See my secondary school, while I was in secondary school, there is a community called the Business Student Association for those in the commercial department. See what I was doing. Union seminar, union excursion, union day ceremony. I planned them. So what am I trying to say here is that every of your experiences is together. It forms your journey. So now let me now go to my and that is it. So are there other things that I want you to see? So let's go to so if you go to your settings, also, you can see so many things even in your setting. It's so important. So many things in your setting. You can always see so many things in your setting. So let me go, because of time, let me go to my CV. Now, my CV does not have design. My CV is simple. In life, be simple. My CV is simple. There's no design, there's no color, there's nothing. It's write and show. That's what I have. Write and show. So see it, my name, David Abu, is as simple as that. My location, see it, location, my phone number, my LinkedIn, and my email. Yes, you can also do that, Prince. So my CV and my name, leave it like that. It's as simple as that. Now, my career, this thing. If you look at what I wrote, say, in my career objective, and look at the career objective on my LinkedIn, they are similar. Go and look. So if you look at it very well, they are similar actually. So, and that is just it. Because they are the same. Your CV and even your LinkedIn, they are the same. So that's what I did. Then the next thing was skills and visibility. Now, skills and ability is simple in the sense that I did one thing first. Look at it very well, everybody. I did all this was technical skill set. The next one was Office 365 skill set. Then collaboration skill set a little bit. Then now non-technical, technical but theoretical technical skill set. Then I have my non-technical skill sets. Then all this critical thinking, problem solving. Then proficiency in English and Yoruba languages, something like that. Now I don't need to put Yoruba there; it's not a must, but I just added it there. So you can see the way I put it. So some people will say, okay, why did you put skill set first? Why not your experience? It's because recruiters want to know if you have skill sets. Recruiters are looking for, do you have Power BI, Excel, Python? So I give it to them immediately. So they see it. Oh, you have this, that. Oh, makes sense. But yeah, now let me go to the experience. That is what a recruiter is thinking. That's what a recruiter is thinking. So, and again, recruiter will not spend 1 minute on your CV. They spend seconds on it, seconds. So you need to know seconds. So you give it to them very, very fast. Give it to them very, very fast. Now, this is the job I have. This is my first experience. So first things first, I have to make sure now. Also remember that if they say, okay, you know what, David, we are looking for a data analyst, a senior data analyst. So I have to start thinking that a senior data analyst must have Power BI experience. So I have to make sure that in everything I wrote here, there's something Power BI in it. You have to make sure. In everything I wrote here, there must be something around Power BI and every other thing, skill set. It must just be there. If it's not here, it must be in, let's say, this one here. But you must be in it. Everything must be there. So Fabric, Power BI, I have it there. I organize events. So see here now, if it's a community job right now, community manager, I want to do, like, let's say Google says that, you know what, David, we've seen the things you are doing in Africa. We want you to come to Google to come and do community. Now, this will be one of the most biggest experience I have to share. It's so important. I will have to share it. It's so important. I will have to share it. So those are the things that you're looking at. Those are the things that you're looking at. So you have to be very, very precise. And if you notice, I have metric to them. Metric. There's always metric to them. Look at this. Led 13 data executive leaders and 70 volunteers to work and deliver data first 2022 and 2023. Have data first 2022 and 2023 have over 5,000 physical attendees and 15,000 online views. They have to be metric numbers. Because again, responsibility is responsibility, but what did you achieve in that responsibility? We gave you a job now, so what did you achieve? So for me, it's more around talking about your responsibility and your achievement. It will help you a lot. So around that, you should always put the numbers. Always put your numbers. So now, see where I'm going to now. Somebody say, oh, David, we don't have experience. Let me tell you the next thing you have. Even though you don't have experience, you will already also have leadership experience and volunteering service. You need to have that. See for me here, I have Fabric Saturdays, co-founder of Data First Africa, program manager, D Brown Consulting, led Power Platform User Group, Edo State, program manager, trainer, event volunteer coordinator. I have event volunteer. So I volunteer for events. Between 2018 and 2022, I was volunteering a lot because it's so important. It is so important. You volunteer a lot. Now also education, training and certification. So I put my Uniben here. Do you know that I'm also a certified CIPM? Yes, I finished my CIPM for HR. I finished it actually, but I never worked as a HR person. But I finished it, so it's here too. Then also I have my MVP. I have not even added my Fabric exam. So you see, it's not updated because I also have added my Fabric exam here. So I did my Fabric exam, so as well I've added it. Then I also have my reference. Sometimes you don't need to put it, sometimes you put it. So see now, I put somebody who is in the community that knows me well. But if you look at it very well, look at the second reference. It was actually my pastor I put. Yeah. So it's not a must you put somebody in your professional side. You can put somebody in your spiritual side. The major thing is that there's a reference and the person is reachable. You have to make sure the person is also reachable, actually. It's also reachable. So that is one of the most important things that you have to do. So I've not have done a whole lot, but let me walk you lastly to the things that I have. So how do you structure it? So I've shown you how to structure it. These are the things that are so important. I've shown you that already. Highlighting your technical skill sets, your tools, and your soft skills is so important. And I've shown you examples already of LinkedIn and resume. What are the common mistakes? Incomplete profile. You don't have a very good profile. Lack of keywords. Your keywords is so important. And not engaging with the community. That is how you grow. You have to engage with the community. And ignoring recommendation. You have to recommend people and people recommend you. It's a two-way thing and it helps you. And inconsistent branding. Today you sell clothes. You put it on LinkedIn. Tomorrow you are a DevOps person. Next tomorrow you are a data analyst. Next week you are an AI engineer. Upper week it's not consistent. Nobody will. It does. You are even disturbing LinkedIn because LinkedIn will not know how to help you again. So you have to help yourself help LinkedIn. So if also your resume, generic resume, don't do generic things. You have to specify them. So as much as possible, your CV is to yourself. When people look at you, it's to yourself. Poor formatting also, and also lack of quantifiable achievements. You notice this too. You have to be able to quantify your achievement. And again, 2 page is good. 2 page. I think my own is 3 page. Yeah, my own is 3 page because of the level of experience that I have. But 2 page, if you are just starting, 2 page is fine. Even for me, there are sometimes that I have cut it to 2 pages. So 2 page, you're good. 2 page, you're fine. Then unclear job titles too. Yeah, you have to have a very clear job title. So yeah, we are going to go to questions and answer. But one question that somebody might want to ask is that, can I have different CV for different roles? Yes, you can. Even for me here, I have one. So you know what? Let me even go to my this thing. So there is one I have here called PMM. So there was one job then I was applying for. It's called Product Marketing Manager. I was applying for it, but I needed to make sure that I have the experience because it's different from data analyst. So see, look at what I wrote here. See it. Develop and execute targeted marketing campaign to promote new product launches and stuff, resulting in 20% increase in customer engagement. The question is that, how did I do that? I did it because as a point in time in Microsoft, we launched Microsoft Fabric, and I was part of the team that launched it. So there were a lot of things that we did around that time. But you need to make sure that whatever you write there, you can talk about it. Yes, you can talk about it. So anything within the marketing side, you have to be able to put it there. Notice that when I was showing you the data analysis, you didn't say anything marketing, but in product marketing role, you saw it. Yeah. So you have to make sure that you're able to tie it very, very fast. You're able to tie it very, 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 very fast. So you need to think from that perspective. Okay. Questions. So let me look at the questions that I have here. So we can also include what we did in our NYC service. Yes, you can. How can I volunteer for Data First Africa 2024? I have gotten my ticket. For now, the volunteering opportunity is not yet out. It's always out very, very close to the event. Is it okay to use the CV generated from LinkedIn to apply for a job? Yes, you can. But the thing there is just that sometimes many people don't used to explain it very well. So it's stressful. So for me, I prefer doing it ground up from scratch and write it there so that you know that it is very. Now, look at my CV. There is no way you see my CV, you will not know that this person is not a very good talent. There is no way. It's just that sometimes, yeah, you don't get the job, sometimes you get the job, that is fine. But your CV, at least somebody should come across your CV and say, yes, this is a CV. I want to have a conversation with this person. That is the first thing first. That's the first things first. Tina, you can take over now. I know that there will be questions coming up. So Tina.
Thank you so much, David, for sharing all about this. I've actually learned a lot, and I'm sure everybody has learned a lot too. And we're going to be taking questions now. So if you have questions, please just raise up your hand quietly. Or if you don't want to raise up your hand, you can leave a message in the chat box, and we're going to take those questions. We're going to read out that question, and we'll be answering those questions. So if you have questions, please just raise up your hand, and then I'm going to be calling from the first name. Meanwhile, I just want to drop some updates before we take those questions. First thing first, I'm going to be leaving a link in the chat box, 2 links actually. One is the link to register for DataFest. The second link is the link to actually join the data community. So a lot of persons have been asking how to join that community. So I'm going to be dropping the link to a Google form. If you want to be part of the Data Community Africa WhatsApp group, please fill that form. It's very important. So I'm going to be dropping those 2 links there. I want everybody to get their DataFest ticket. If you feel like you've learned something, there's a lot to learn when it comes for DataFest. So just fill those 2 forms, and we are looking forward to seeing you at DataFest. I'm going to be taking questions now, and I will start from the first person I see on here. Okay, Udwak Ben, you can unmute your mic and speak. Please just make your question very brief and go straight to the point. Okay, Udwak has dropped. Udwak, are you there? Okay, I don't know. I think maybe he dropped off. The next person I'm seeing here is Godwin Akpan. Godwin Akpan, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Hi, Tina. Hi, David.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you once again, David, for that session. I just want to ask a question regarding for those that are transitioning from a particular career field to data analysis and the data field. How can they really make that switch on LinkedIn? Because for me, I won't say I'm transitioning. I'm currently doing the media and communication stuff, but I'm also upskilling to experiencing or trying my hands with data and everything. So what will you advise someone like me on how I can really maximize and switch on the LinkedIn platform? Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So this is it. Let's look at this. Always remember that there is something called domain knowledge and there is something called technical knowledge. Now, domain knowledge are people who can go into that domain, and while they are sleeping and you're asking them questions, they will answer those questions. Now, sometimes can data be a domain knowledge? Yes, but sometimes it's not a domain knowledge. Because you know why? Every industry or every domain knowledge uses data for them to grow. Now, you're in media and communication. I can guarantee you that most of the top conversations that happens within the media space, communication space, they also use data. They might not use data at the core level at which maybe they use analytics, Python and stuff, but they use the numbers. They use numbers. There's a number conversation in the media space. You need to be able to find the numbers within the media and communications side and use that to get into data space. So this data, that is one good way for you to get into, because you're in the domain space already. So you're just using data as a leverage to build on it, something like that. So it means that you can go to First Bank and work as a communication person in First Bank, but within the data space. Then if you're in First Bank, then from there you can look at the data team in First Bank and switch. That is the way I think about it. So you are not starting from scratch. Don't always think you're starting from scratch. You're just trying to move in words through your own domain into the core technical domain. So now on LinkedIn, your conversation should now be, how does data affect media and communication? Like those are what your post should be like. And from there, you start getting data from different sources and start analyzing it to now say that, okay, this is how data is affecting the media communication conversation. Before you know, media companies that uses data, like even there was a time that if you look at Peter Obi, there was a post that came out. Is it Take About, or I can't remember which media company brought it out to say that there was actually a research that was done that Peter Obi will win Lagos. And they did the full analytics there. That is media and data. So they call it Tech About Insight. So you have to combine your technical. So somebody even mentioned about customer experience. There is data in customer experience. You have to find a way to talk about data in customer experience. How as people uses a product and say, oh no, I can't use Apple again because of customer experience. How can we now use that data to make informed decision for customer experience? That way, you will not become just a customer experience expert. You will become a data-driven customer experience expert. Because at the end of the day, all of us use data. We just use it in different capacity. It's as simple as that. All of us use it. So if you now want to go into more technical things, yes, you can go into Python and stuff here. But that is a way for you to get into. Don't think that, oh, I am in customer experience, but I want to drop all my knowledge and start learning Power BI and Excel and Python. No. You are a customer experience expert. But you need to start understanding how does data affect your domain knowledge. Then how can I use data to improve my domain knowledge? How can I use the technology to improve my domain knowledge? Then from there, it's just like you're using ChatGPT. Why didn't you go and learn how to use, why didn't you go and learn AI for you to use ChatGPT? You didn't learn it. You just used ChatGPT to affect customer experience. You use ChatGPT to affect your media rules. Or you use, even we use ChatGPT to affect our Python scripts or even our DAX code. So, but what we are now doing, we did not go and learn AI. But we just use the product to affect another thing. So you need to start thinking from that perspective. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Eti.
Awesome. That was so insightful, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next person, Tina.
Thank you, David. I'm going to take one question from the chat, then we'll go to taking speakers. So somebody's asking, people starting out and with no experience looking for an internship for any data role, how can we tailor our CV?
Good, I like that question. Let me help you guys. Now, let me see, I'm going to, good. Now, you don't have experience. It means that there is a big problem. There's nothing to say that you have experience. So this is how you build up experience. Now, this is a website that does virtual experience. So virtual experience. So now you will not need to write it and say, oh, you went to do it, but you can put it on your CV and say these are the things that you did when it comes to virtual experience. So let me see if I can get into. I don't need to sign up. Don't give me sign up, please. Let me see. He is going to give me sign up. No, I don't want to sign up. Let me just see if I can explore and do data. Good. Let me go to data. So now, see, this Essential has data analytics and visualization. So many conversations. You put it there. You finish it. You have Tata Group. You have PwC Switzerland, Power BI. You have PGG Data Science. You make sure you do them. If you don't do them, yes, but make sure you do them. You know why? When they begin to ask you questions, oh, you said you do this. Okay, I know that you don't have corporate experience. You're just finishing school. So tell me how you're able to do this Essential data project. Tell me, how were you able to do the British Airways? How were you able to do the data analytics consortium or PwC Switzerland? Now, this is how you do that. You begin to do everything like this. That is one. Because when you begin to do everything like this, you begin to learn so many things. That is one. Secondly, also is that there are so many monthly hackathons that happens even on LinkedIn. Join them and you learn from there. So your CV can have all those things. Those things is so important. You even have volunteering opportunities. Now, it's not a must you only volunteer for Data First Africa. You can volunteer for anything. Anything. It's not a must, it must be particularly core data related. No, anything you can volunteer. Just make sure that you are keeping yourself busy. And everybody remember, this is a rule. Every 3 months or every quarter, change something in your CV. Change something, improve on something, get a certification, get something, but improve on your CV every 3 months or every quarter. It's so important. So important. Always change, always improve on something. So now you have like 9 things to do here. When you are done with this, there's no way that you will not have something on your CV, because you have learned a lot of things, because you did this. And again, projects. I did not talk about projects. You notice I did not put projects on my own CV. You know why? Because for me, many of the projects I have done are NDA projects. But a lot of us, we have projects. Please, 2 projects. No, I think I even did. I actually did one of this forage. I think I did one of this forage. Let me see. I think I did one of this forage and I added it. I'm not sure. I think I did. I can't remember. But I think I added it somewhere. But maybe this is not the version of CV.
It's on your LinkedIn, not on your CV.
Okay, it's on LinkedIn. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. So I know that I added it. So you have to keep being busy. Keep being busy. Just now that I'm not even working, there's so many things I'm even doing. Like so many things that I can't even put on my CV. But I know that it's NDA. But when they're asking me, there's so many things I can do. Even funny enough, somebody was asking me in one of my interviews, says, David, what have you learned in the past 1 week? Funny how I learned about there is something called the rule of international airline laws, which means now there's a rule that makes sure that I've forgotten it, but there's a rule that makes sure that like something like EPIS cannot just go to London and pack people. There is actually a rule in the international business law, international travel laws that make it happen actually. So there's so many things like that. So I learned all those things around that week, and that was what I was able to talk about. So you're always learning something. So these are experiences that you can add. You have your projects that you can add. Showcase, go to events, meet a lot of people, and meet with your friends. Let's work on this project together. There is no way you have 12 projects in a year and your CV will be empty. It's not possible. It's not possible. Yeah. Another person, Tina.
All right, thank you, David. Siati Mazonde. Sorry, I don't know if I got your name correctly. Mazonde, your hand has been up for a while. You can unmute your mic. Please pronounce your name before you speak.
Thank you. How are you? How is everyone? I wanted to ask, is it possible to upload my CV on my LinkedIn profile?
Is it possible to what?
To upload my CV, my resume on LinkedIn.
Yes. So like now, let me see.
I don't know the option.
Yes, you can do that. So see, if you go to jobs right now, you can see, I think, let me see. Is it my job? Let me see. I'm not sure if it's my job, but let me see. No one. Let me see. There is a place that I uploaded. Is it preference? Okay, so this is my open to work. Where I clicked open to work. Okay, good. This is my qualification. So if I click on it, so see it now. Everybody, see my job. See everything. I put this uploaded last month. Funny enough, last month. See PM. PM is called program manager or product manager. I can't remember which one. So if that I was applying for a PMM role, I might add it here. So you see upload resume. You can upload your resume. So that there are some jobs on LinkedIn that you can just apply immediately without going to their site. You apply. So yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, Esther, you can go. Please make it very fast. We're already way above time. Esther, Undukwe Esther. You can.
All right, thank you so much, David. I wanted to ask, do recruiters have reservations when they're looking at the profiles of potential hires and they see that they are currently working? Because, for example, I work, but I did not put it among my experience because I don't work in a data-related role, and I'm looking for a job in a I'm looking for a data-related role. So do you think they have reservations about that?
So,
Thank you.
so what do you do currently?
Customer service.
Good. Now, add it there that you're doing customer service in your profile. Yes, that is fine. But even at the top, you do customer service, 1, data analyst, 2. You remember that if you go to my profile, see it now. Let me show you something in my profile. You see senior data analyst, that is 1. Fabric analytic engineer. I am not working yet as a fabric analytic engineer, but I know fabric. So this is 2. Then program manager. I don't work as a program manager, but yes, I kind of have a lot of experience around program management. Yes. So whatever you want to do, add it there. Then when you now go to your jobs, you can't go to your job. There are so many where you can ask that, oh, you want to be, you are seeking for the type of job that you're seeking. See, you are open to work. You turn it on. See the job titles here now. You see, this is where I have it here. You turn it up on site. Hybrid, remote, these are the locations that you want. You have it here. So from the back end, you make sure. Can you see where I wrote here, Esther? Is only visible to only recruiters.
Okay.
I did not put visible to all LinkedIn members. If I put it there, can you now see how my picture will be like? It will now be open to work. I don't want that.
Okay.
Have you seen it now? So from the back end, you make it work from the back end, not from the front end. But
all
also
right,
put your data analyst in the front for the keywords there. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The next person, Baba Wale Emmanuel. You can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Right. Good evening, David. Good evening,
Yeah,
Rita.
good evening.
This has been a fantastic insight. I really thank you for your job. Okay, my question is that this is the first time I can see this is the first time I'll be coming across data and the lectures around it. So my question is around actually I'm a master student of biochemistry, but I really find interest in data a lot. So I've been doing courses around the data analytics. Right now, I'm also a student of Osco Africa studying data science. So I really love data. So, but this I've been trying, but it's been like kind of difficult for me to like put data and biochemistry together. But that's not actually a problem for me anyway. But like I want to clear my question direct to data first. So that's like this data first. I don't really know what to.
Baba Wale, I have lost you. I think that question, you know what? That question. But
yeah, so I really want to like tell my questions around data first. So what to expect and how do I go about it? Like being the first time to that I really want
so
to
you know
attend
what?
and all
Send
that.
me that question on LinkedIn or Twitter.
Yeah.
But another thing that you should do also is that go through the page, Data First Africa, the handle called Data First Africa. Just browse through it. Then we'll answer that question. That will answer most of your questions, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
Next
all right,
one.
so Juliet, make it quick. Juliet, you can go on. After Juliet, Rachel, get ready. So Juliet, you're going to take your question now.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for that wonderful section. So I just wanted to ask, so what about, I understand that you're doing a lot and you have very great impact. But what about people that really want to engage in a mentoring section with you? Like, how do they go about reaching out or maybe applying if that's the case? Asking on my behalf, and maybe some other persons that are here that might also be interested in such. So that's my first question. Then secondly, I was going to ask, is it okay to use Canva to do your CV or to create a CV rather?
For me, please just use Word. Don't use Canva. Just use Word. It's as simple as it is. Just use Word, so that if even though the ATS wants to read it, they can read it easily. Just use Word. Finish. It's very. If you notice the way I did mine, it's as simple as it is. Just use Word. That's what I would suggest. Use Word. For the first question, mentorship. The real thing there is that because currently right now I am not actually in the headspace for mentorship because I just moved to Canada, so I am trying to find my feet, get things ready with my family. So it's more around family things that I'm doing right now than community. But if you want to have access to me, you have to just join the Data Community Africa group. Any questions around there, I will always see it and I'll answer it. But one-on-one mentorship, I am not really available for now. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, David, for sharing that. I would also be sharing other information. So just stick around on the call. And just like David has mentioned, if you want access to him, not just him, there are a lot of top industry leaders that are going to be getting access to. Just join the community. And I've shared the link to the community, to all our social media profile on the chat box. So I should see people filling that form and also following us on social media. So I'm going to be taking one last person so we can let David go. And that is Rachel. Rachel, so please unmute your mic and go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Tina. Thank you very much, David. Okay, there's something I noticed that I want to ask a question about concerning your LinkedIn.
Okay.
You made it to be only recruiters. I've heard a lot about that, but I want to know your own particular reason why you made your open to work to be visible to only recruiters.
So there is really no. Okay, so I'm not against putting it to everybody saying that I'm looking for a job. Really, I am not against it. Because especially if you are very like you need a job, you really need a job, please put it there. Put it there. For me, there was a time I posted it on LinkedIn, I'm looking for a job. I posted it like, yeah, I'm open to jobs. You understand? And it got a lot of this thing, and at the end of the day I got interviews and stuff, but nowhere now. But I just noticed that if anybody wants to apply, okay, see, let me even give for example. There is somebody here, let me see. I got I'm thinking there's somebody that reached out one time about a job for me to apply. So recruiters will always know if you're looking for a job. I'm looking for that recruiter that, okay, good, see it. Have you seen it? Now, this person reached out. I have not replied. Because you know why? I don't need to, because I don't know if I really want that job. The recruiter will always see that you need a job. The recruiter is the most important person, not really other people. And one thing there is that even though you are working, people will employ you. There's no secret about it. The worst thing is that they'll reach out to you and tell you, oh, are you open to a new job? And you say yes or you say no. But the real thing there is that you working does not mean that you won't get a job. And also, again, is that you putting in open to work doesn't also mean that you will get a job. But it's also good for you to do that. If you need to do that. For me, I really don't have a very good or bad reasons of why I did not do it. But I just noticed that recruiters are the main person that I want for them to reach out to me. And if anybody feel like they need to reach out to me, they will always reach out to me, really, without it. Even I did an interview one time. The person reached out to me because another person told him about me, and that was how I got interview loop. So that is just how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you also think that somebody that is already working, should they make their open to work visible to everybody, or is just okay to leave
it's
it
not
the way it
advisable.
is?
It's not advisable, especially when you have your teammates and everybody like that. It's not advisable you do that. That is why the recruiter side is important, because it means that the main people that want to employ you will see it, not everybody, and so that you don't, because if you get sacked, what will happen? Because so that's something like
Thank
that.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, David. I don't know if you have the bandwidth for one more question before.
Let me do. I can.
Ayobami Adeleke, if you are still on the call, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. so we can wrap it up.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So, David, I know you just relocated to Canada, right? I want to also have a feel of your experience having landed and job hunting. What does it feel like based on your experience in Nigeria with Microsoft and now in a new environment, being in the
Okay.
MCT community and things like that? How does it help and what advantage does it give, basically?
Okay. This is going to be a kind of, it might be a very long conversation, this question. So if you're tired, you can go off. But this is a very long conversation. I was hoping somebody would not ask me that question, but the question came out last. Okay. So this is it. Tina.
Yes, David, I'm with you.
Cut the recording at this point.
Okay, good. All right.
Have you done that?
Give me a moment, just 1 minute.
Okay.